Hi guys, this is Writer's Passion here. I was just coming back for another video. Sorry that it took so long. I actually, there's something wrong with my computer, so I had to take it to Apple. So, I did get that fixed, and, so I'm gonna do some videos, after this about, Harry Potter. I'm gonna do a review of the first chapter and maybe the second today. And, other than that, today with this video, I'm gonna do my first writing piece. I wrote it not so long ago. I did put it on my website already, so you could go and you could look at that already. But I did write it, and it's interesting. So I'm gonna do one of these every. This is a special passage, and It's gonna be like a mystery passage. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it, and I'm inside the passage when I'm reading it to you guys. There's gonna be clues of where this person is. So like there's gonna be. I think I might read it twice, and then let you guys guess, and then and then after that I'll say what it is where she's at, and then so you guys have to guess the setting of it, and then I'll read it afterwards again. So the goal is to guess the setting of it. There's clues in the area. There's clues of where she is, and you kind of have to guess of where she is. It's kind of pretty hard. I think it's pretty hard. So if you guys could guess it, that would be pretty cool. But so I'm gonna get to reading it. So it's just called Mystery Place. But I'm gonna do one of these every week. So every once a week. So I look forward to that on Saturday or Sunday. I'll do it. So okay, I'll read it. My nerves. They had risen to a dangerous level as I walked up those steps. A woman I knew waved goodbye to me from behind and wished me good luck on my journey ahead. I acknowledged her quickly and continued to walk forward. I reached a metal gate, and when I reached a metal gate, I walked through it and passed several groups of people, all of them crowded together. I felt their eyes wander over me, each one judging my every move, while their judgments themselves burned through my emotions like ice, like dry ice. My ears heard several loud whispers that arose from each group, while I blocked my face to avoid showing any of the fear that my face reflected. When I eventually reached the building that towered high above my head, I entered and walked past the alley of doors that seemed to protrude out from both sides. The floor that stood below me was dirty, while an alarm soon echoed throughout the walls and stopped only to cause groups of people to exit out of those very doors. The people crowded the alleyways and seemed to create their own kind of chaos while talking amongst themselves. As the mass of people moved about, I noticed that the taller and larger people seemed to be the leaders of the crowd, while the smaller and supposedly younger people had to suffer in their shadow. After wandering myself, I managed to leave the massive crowd, only to enter through one of the doors. When I walked in the room, actually, I won't say that. So I'm going to let you guys guess. I'm going to say it one more time, and after that, so just take note. So I read it once, and I'm going to read it again, and just listen to it really, really good, really closely, because you might figure out what it is. So I'm going to read it one more time, and I'm going to stop for a second and see if you guys can guess it, and then I'm going to read it one more time after that. My nerves, they have risen to a dangerous level as I walked up those steps. A woman I knew waved goodbye to me from behind and wished me good luck on my journey ahead. I acknowledged her quickly and continued to walk forward. When I reached a metal gate, I walked through it and passed several groups of people, all of them crowded together. I felt their eyes wander over me, each one judging my every move, while the judgments themselves burned through my emotions like dry ice. My ears heard several loud whispers that arose out from each group, while I blocked my face to avoid showing any fear that my face reflected. When I eventually reached a building that towered high above my head, I entered and walked through and past the alley of doors that seemed to protrude out from both sides. The floor that stood below me was dirty, while an alarm soon echoed through the walls and stopped, only to cause groups of people to exit out of those very doors. The people crowded the alleyway and seemed to create their own kind of chaos while walking amongst themselves. As the mass of people moved about, I noticed the taller and larger people seemed to be the leaders of the crowd, while the smaller and supposedly younger people had to suffer in their shadow. After wandering myself, I managed to lead the massive crowd, only to enter through one of the doors. Okay, so I just read it again, and so that's what I'm gonna give you guys a second. So I'll give you like a 5 minute break, or not 5 minutes, sorry, 5 seconds. So I'll be right here. You can pause the video if you want. That'll be quicker. So okay. So I think that was about it. So if you guys didn't guess, or I'm gonna read it one more time. I'm gonna read the last sentence because the last sentence gives it up. Okay. After wandering myself, I managed to leave the massive crowd, only to enter through one of the doors. When I walked in the room, a woman greeted me and said, "Welcome to the first day of school." So, if you guys heard that, it was a school. So, it was the first day of school. Now, I'm going to read it again and kind of point out the things that make it a school. So, a little bit, So, okay, I'm going to go start from the beginning. My nerves, they have risen to a dangerous level as I walked up the steps of the school. She's nervous for the first day of school. A woman I knew waved goodbye to me from behind and wished me good luck on my journey ahead. That could be a mother or even a father. I acknowledged her quickly and continued to walk forward. Some kids are a little, don't want their parents around anyways. But when I reached a metal gate, I walked through it and passed several groups of people, all of them crowded together. So that would be the other students and such like that. I felt their eyes wander over me, each one judging my every move, while their judgments themselves burned through my emotions like dry ice. So the people are like judging him because he's a new student at the first day of school. My ears heard several loud whispers that arose out from each group, while I blocked my face to avoid showing any of the fear that my face reflected. So the students are whispering gossip, and the student is trying to show it, not show his face to the students so that they don't judge him as much. When I eventually reached the building that towered high above my head, that could be a school building, I entered and walked through and past the alley of doors, which is the doors to the classroom, that seemed to protrude out from both sides. The floor that stood below me was dirty. It's a public place, so it's not going to be the cleanest place. So, an alarm soon echoed throughout the walls and stopped. At least at my school, they had an alarm to kind of just to say, "Oh, period is over. This is when you need to get to the class." Only to cause groups of people to exit out of those very doors. So when the alarm went off, then the bell went off, then students went outside of the classrooms. So the people crowded the alleyway. The people crowded the alleyway and seemed to create their own kind of chaos while talking amongst themselves. So it's just they're walking through the hallway of the school. As the mass of people moved about, I noticed the taller and larger people seemed to be the leaders of the crowd, such as that would be like older grades that kind of would be more intimidating to the smaller kids, while the smaller and supposedly younger people had to suffer in their shadow. After wandering myself, I managed to leave the massive crowd, only to enter through one of the doors. She's entering one of the classrooms. When I walked in the room, a woman greeted me and said, "Welcome to the first day of school." So the woman would be the teacher. So that was kind of my mystery place. I'll be doing those every week, as I said. I think it's kind of fun for me to create them and create the stories, but after I do it, it's kind of fun. I don't know if you guys got that. It'd be cool if you guys got that. I thought it was a little hard because I tested it on a couple of my family members and my friends, and they couldn't get it. So it'd be kind of cool if you could get it. But yeah, so that was pretty much it. And so I did put that on my website. I did put that passage on my website. I will be reading another passage out tomorrow, and hopefully today I will also be making another video for Harry Potter. I will be reviewing that. I did already read the first chapter, so I could probably just make the video now. But I do need to kind of summarize it, and I won't be reading it out. I'll just be reviewing it, but I will give a summary of what happened before. So thank you for watching. Please watch, subscribe, view. Thank you.